Part 2 of what I learned from joining a neuroscientist 2-hour masterclass all about how to reprogram your subconscious mind. Let's get started. I left off by saying such an important fact, which I'm just going to repeat because of how crazy it is. You don't experience the reality in front of you, you experience the reality that your brain wants you to experience. Your brain is sent 11 million bits of information per second, but it only filters out 50 of those 11 million bits. 50 out of 11 million. In your mind, you're constantly reinforcing negativity and bad outcomes, and the worst case scenario, that is what your brain is going to be looking for in those 50 bits. So of course, within those 11 million bits of information that is being sent to you, so many positive things could be happening, but your brain won't know to show them to you or to look for them because you're focused on the negative. Anyways, move on to something very important to know is that the framework for life is not needing to know all the answers. Feeling the need to know everything is actually going to prevent you from getting where you want to be. What Emily said was that you only need to know the next right step. So thinking that way, we obviously know that your first action will lead to the next place you need to be, and so on and so forth. Anytime you embody hesitation or hesitate on making a decision, you're practicing doubt, which is probably one of the most repelling things you could do to receiving your desires. On that note, trusting your intuition and instincts will take you so far. This is key. Manifestation is not about creating your reality. It's about experiencing the reality your brain is wired for, which is why I keep saying you are the one wiring your brain. Neuroplasticity. Every day, your brain rewires. Everything you have ever experienced exists in your mind, and everything is how you perceive it. I always say we give meaning to the things that we experience. You're the one who associates negative or positive meaning to anything. And basically, your brain and nervous system work together as the interface between you and your reality. So what you perceive, expect, and experience is all dictated on how your brain is wired. If you have been stuck your whole life and choose to keep reaffirming that that's just how it has to be, that is what you are wiring into your brain. Affirming that life is hard and it has to stay that way is what you keep rewiring, and that's what your brain is going to look for on your outside world. Even if slowly but surely you could start telling yourself that it doesn't have to be that way, and you know that things can get better because that's just how it is, like the baseline is that it has to get better, that's what your brain will start searching for. Something that she went over that I really loved was the problems that we face when trying to manifest and struggling with it. So I'm going to go through those problems because you might be facing them yourself. She explained that we experience things through our past programming. So what we experience now, we're basically processing in based on what we've experienced in the past. So let's say you get into a new relationship and in your mind, all you can think about is the past bad relationships or the negative things that have happened in past relationships. That's what your brain is going to look for in your current relationship, even if there's no evidence of your current relationship being bad. That's just an example. She also said the placebo, nocebo, and belief effects all come into play. We all know what the placebo effect is, but what you probably don't know is that it's an actual effect that changes the biology of your body. It's not just something that you believe, it's like actually an effect. Observation changes reality. The way you observe things changes what they mean to you, the meaning you put behind them. I said this in the last video, but your nervous system is very prone to rejecting anything it feels unfamiliar with, even if that unfamiliar thing is what you want. So if money, love, success are all things you desire but are unfamiliar to you, your brain is going to subconsciously try to reject it because it's unfamiliar, unsafe. It's proven that your brain and nervous system prefer predictability over possibility, which is often why a lot of people stay in bad situations just because it's comfortable for them. They'd rather stay in the known than help themselves and risk the unknown that will ultimately get them into a better position. And this is something she called an upper limit problem. Basically, to our brains, not understanding things makes them harder to work. I feel like that's common sense too. I mean, I personally believe things work better when I understand why they work, which is why I'm explaining this stuff to you. I think this is gonna end up becoming a third part, which I plan on doing right away. Just let me know if you guys wanna see it. The next part is gonna go into the actual subconscious and every system within our subconscious mind. This is like the very much scientific part of the brain. And then she also gave some hacks for each of those systems in order to manifest. Okay, I'm gonna do a part 3.